Hey everybody, Greg here, and I am at the entrance to the trail in Coralville that goes east from Mormon Trek and heads along the softball, baseball fields over here. And this is a short video about trail care. So, you know, as you're riding along, your focus is generally on the trail. And you probably wouldn't be paying attention necessarily to like the garbage that's in here. Let me just kind of zoom in on that. And if we go back this short trail segment, you'll see there's quite a bit of trash in here. So obviously, if you're just out for a quick bike ride, and you might not even have the resources needed to pick up trash along the trail. But it's sort of a rewarding and fun project to do for those that have the time, is to go ahead and carry a bag with you, find these little bits of trash, and then just do a little trail cleaning. So for those who are more intentional about it, you might take a cart, or I have some pretty big bags that clip onto my rack. I'll show you that. So I usually keep a plastic bag inside of one of those, and then I can pick up this debris. And if I'm not rushed, if I'm not heading somewhere, just go ahead and slow down and grab those, and then it makes the trail a lot nicer for people who are just kind of cruising through. And then the other thing you'll see along the trail, in addition to garbage, is sometimes there'll be fallen debris, and that can either be rocks along the trail, or like this here is just a branch that fell down. Looks like a branch fell off from back there. So again, not everybody's going to want to stop the ride to start cleaning debris and picking up trash, but this is something that I like to do when I have time. So anyway, and in keeping with the idea of having half a dozen or a dozen people in the city who kind of dedicate themselves to this voluntarily, this would be something that a group could do to help maintain the trails, and also to help spot places in the trail where maybe the cement is cracking or in need of repair. On one of the trail videos I showed you, there's like a sinkhole in the bike path that's now been marked off. So anyway, just wanted to show you that. I'm going to go ahead and clean up this debris and garbage, and then put part 2 on. So this is the bag of trash that I got, an old Hawk Shop bag. Some of this is recyclable, so I'm going to take that and have it recycled, but the rest of it I'll just dump in the trash. So after a quick cleanup, we have a much nicer trail here. You can see that debris is gone. The cans over here, recyclable cans, are gone, and all those big pieces of trash are out of here. And a little further down, where that tree limb had fallen, that's all been cleaned up except for a few tiny branches and leaves. Today I have my regular bicycle bags on, but in the larger trailer, it would be possible to carry around a small broom or a rake or whatever, and those contraptions for picking up trash. And if you're going out on on a little expedition and you're wanting to clean up a section of trail, you want to remember to bring, gloves. Watch out for poison ivy if you're allergic to poison ivy, because often you'll see that along the trails. And for communities, wherever you live, one approach to taking care of the trails would be either, for the city to pay people to do that regularly, or you could have an Adopt a Trail program, similar to Adopt a Highway, and you see some local civic group out cleaning up the highway. So there are a variety of approaches, or local bike clubs could just take it on as a project. And you notice there was quite a bit more debris along in here, because over in the parking lot, and there's still a little bit over there, I'm sorry to say, what happens is, it could be tailgating or some other kind of an event where people come and they just sort of eat and throw garbage everywhere, and then when the wind blows, it gets caught by this trail line here where all the bushes and trees are. So that's why you get sometimes debris build up along the side of a trail because of that. So another possible way to fund the upkeep and cleaning of debris from trails would be to look at what are some of the sources of those debris, and then in looking at that, consider if there can be some way to monetize the cleaning of trails. So for example, let's say there's heavy use of the sports fields that I was just at, just north of here, or maybe a big football game or whatever it might be, where you have an extra 50, 60, 70,000 people coming into the city. And it could also be arts events or whatever it might be, but if there's money generated by these events, perhaps millions of dollars generated, and we can identify that one of the, as it's referred to as externalities, one of the externalities of the event is that there's going to be a lot of extra garbage around, inevitably, no matter how good you are about, putting trash cans out and that kind of thing. If that's what's happening, then certainly some of the proceeds from those big sporting events could go toward upkeep of trails, at least near the areas where people are congregating. And that would really help out a lot, because it would mitigate that additional excessive kind of unusual amount of trash that ends up on the trails near those areas. So that's another idea, in addition to having the Adopt a Trail program or local bike groups volunteering. Well, anyway, thanks for watching this short video, and appreciate any kind of feedback or comments you might have. And have a great day.